Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel for another speed build. And today I am proud to announce that I'm finally really getting a jump on what I would call like my base game save file. If you look right over to the right of your screen, that house over there is a build I did a few weeks ago, and it is a base game family home that I did right before Growing Together came out, and I will link that video down below if you want to see it. I didn't know it at the time, but I was kind of thinking about, doing a little bit of a base game world. So for right now, my plan is to go ahead and fill in Willow Creek. I'm having a brain fart on the world, but fill the empty world that came with the base game with completely base game houses. But I actually thought it would be really fun to kind of lean into the lore. I know that in past Sims games, for those of you who did not know this, they were filled with lore when the worlds came out. All the families had backstories, and when you loaded into these homes and played with these families, they actually had relationships and skills and jobs, etc., that reflected the stories they were trying to tell. And I thought that would be kind of fun to do that, at least within this world and in the realm of the base game. I'm sure this is going to take me a really, really long time to go ahead and finish, but I'm going to keep trudging along. I've had a lot of fun with the story aspect of it, and I actually have already built 4 homes in this world, which you will see in the next upcoming weeks, because I've already completed the largest lots in the world, and I was actually surprised because I thought they were going to be the things I did the very last, because it was so hard being base game and just filling a lot of that size, even if you have access to the entire game. But I'm excited to share those with you. But for this home today, it doesn't look it, but it actually ends up being pretty large. I believe we end up with a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom family home. Don't ask me how much it is. I don't remember. Don't come for me. I will give a live tour actually where I can show you the family I intend on kind of making for this house in particular, and like the finished product of their house, because you'll see as I go through and decorate the interior, I actually leave a few blank spaces in terms of like knickknacks and decor or even art. And the reason I did that is because I wanted to make these homes feel really lived in and follow the story as past Sims games would have had them already had. So I left the space for like family photos, wedding photos. There's marriage certificates you can get with Growing Together. Oh, I guess I can't put that in since it's base game, but you know what I mean. Just like things like that for the toddlers and the babies and just making the Sims household. But I had a lot of fun kind of getting started. And honestly, this house in comparison to the one I put on the large 50 by 50 lot or 50 by 40 lot, whatever it is, this house is like chump change, but I'm happy with the layout. I feel like it was really realistic, and it's a really playable house in my I did end up cutting out the floor plan because it just took me so long to really get it right with how I wanted this house to look. But in the end, I am pretty happy with it. I think the layout itself is super playable, very functionable, and I'm just really, really excited. So my thought process with this house, as it is going to be named Subtle Blue Suburban, that is what it is under the gallery, which you can find it at. My gallery ID is Tiana305. It's also in the description box below. Follow me on the gallery. Like, my lifelong dream when I was in middle school was to be gallery famous. I don't really know why, but I have 3 followers. I don't know where they came from. But you could be number 4 if you wanted to. Anyway, so the reason I went with Subtle Blue Suburban is in my head, this is a family home, maybe like a new construction build. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about when they have like those developments come up and they're kind of very same. But this family, like, they finally are kind of making it up in my head. The mom or the dad, I'm still deciding, works in the mayor's office, and maybe they have like, they've always had political ambitions, or they've always wanted to be like top dog CEO, and they work for an extremely wealthy man, and they're finally kind of getting a seat at the table per se. So they've maybe made it into their first management position, or finally kind of moving up the ladder, if you will. And they're trying to reflect that in their lifestyle, which is why they moved into a house they might not be able to afford yet. And I also imagine that like aspiration to be perfect is really kind of limiting them with their family time, and they want their children to be the same way. I made 3 children's bedrooms, which you'll see as we get into them, but each one has like a niche thing that I imagine that these parents, these like tiger parents, want their kids to be absolutely successful at. Like, there is nothing below an A is acceptable. They have to be the captain of the sports team. They have to be the best in the class, the best in show all the time. And this leads to like maybe a little bit of a rebellious streak. And I'm thinking that maybe they have an older son who actually kind of was like, yeah, I'm out of here, I'm leaving, and maybe he'll live in like a different house when I get into the save file. I'm not totally sure, because I want the entire world to feel very cohesive. But I know for this in particular family, they're very in awe of like getting invited over to their boss's house for a company barbecue. And they make sure they're all wearing very nice pressed matching sweaters or shirts or whatever the heck they're wearing. But, you know, they're very pristine and organized, and everything must be in place, including their house, which is one reason it's very normal, quote unquote. Like, you know, the episode of SpongeBob where he's like, hi, I'm normal. That's kind of what the vibes were for this particular build. Just giving off that perfect Stepford wife, Stepford family home. But inside, there are secrets brewing. I believe I did actually leave a room for a grandparent suite, and I thought it would be fun if grandma or grandpa, I haven't decided, was a widow. You know, they'd lost their partner, and they're very like wacky and fun, and the parents just literally cannot stand that they're so out there and are constantly encouraging their kids to be like, you know, be whoever you want, be loud, be boisterous and fun. Like, you're a kid, like, let them be kids, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no, like shaking in their boots at the thought of it. And you don't know it yet, but on one of the very large lots I made this beautiful, like, sunflower inspired build. And I also thought maybe one of those, there's a grandparent suite in that home as well. I thought maybe they would have like a little romantic fling with this set of grandparents. Lots of lore. I've been thinking, like, I lie awake at night and I think about my Sims save file, which I'm really not embarrassed to admit. I really enjoy it, actually. But one thing that would be super fun for me is if you guys wanted to, maybe, just a suggestion, if you guys made some Sim families or townies or single household family, whatever, I don't care, and you put them on the gallery, and if you know, I don't know if you can tag people in the gallery, and I would love to create a hashtag for you right now to like use, but I don't even know how to like do that and search for it appropriately. And yeah, so if you just like DM me or even email me, my tsimmer blah 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 email is actually linked on all my social media, which is all linked down below. And like slide me a DM and be like, I made a family, and like give me the description of it. I would love to build a little base game house for them. I used to absolutely resent only having the base game, and now that I'm like a sim tuber, you know, I have been having a lot of fun with it, because when I was not doing YouTube and didn't have the money, or like, you know, my mom was like, you can have one pack, and I was like, Mom, there's 76, I need all of them. She was like, you can have one. I was like, oh, you bitch. I'm just kidding, Mom, I love you. I never ever said that about you. I did think it sometimes, I won't lie, but I didn't mean it. I was just mad. Anyway, I appreciate a base game build, and this is something that's super playable, so if you do download it, you don't have to worry about missing a bunch of stuff and not like getting the full experience. And then if you do have, say, cats and dogs, and you want to add some stuff in from it, it wouldn't be too hard for you to do that. Like I said, the house has some space like left in it for me to fill the holes in with storyline things, and I actually didn't put the version that I put on the gallery is with the holes. So if you download it and it seems a little barren, that's why. If you guys want me to download the full version with the family photos, as well as upload the family I decide to make with the house, I'd be happy to. Just know that if you download the Sims off the gallery, they will have like their careers and their relationships with each other. But as far as the lore with the other households are going to go, unless you download the entire save file when it's ready, you will not have all of those things like pre-made and ready to go, with that also being said, if anyone knows how to upload a save file anywhere, I would love for you to teach me. I haven't even looked online yet. I'm sure you can learn anything on a YouTube video, obviously. But yeah, I'm embarrassed to admit. I'm not even sure how I'm going to pull this off yet. But I am looking into getting my website up and running. And if not my website, you know, there's always like Patreon, Pinterest, stuff like that. So I know I can set that up. I just, you know, I'm not a very tech savvy girl. I've been looking at getting a new PC, or not even a PC, or yeah, I guess a PC, not a laptop. I have a laptop right now. And I'm like ready to spend all this money and be bougie. I want 2 monitors, like the whole 9, right? And the thing that's really stopping me, because I've been saving for so long for this, it's not the money. It's the fact that I don't really know how to set it up. And when I went online to like build my own computer, and they're like, what kind of CPU do you have? I said, a CPU what? I said, sir, I play The Sims. If you look through my search history, it literally says, what are the best desktop computers for playing The Sims and streaming? That's literally what my history says. If I were to die tomorrow, knock on wood, I would want someone to erase my search history, not because I'd be worried about, like, I don't know, my dirty little secret. My dirty little secrets I found are a lot different than what most people consider a dirty little secret. Like, I wouldn't want anyone to go through my YouTube search history videos and watch me, like, watching 100 baby challenge videos and, like, the rabbit holes of, like, do you think you have ADHD or are you autistic? Like, I don't want everyone to know those are the things I fall asleep to at night. And I did just admit it to all 96 of you. By the way, if you're new here and you want to subscribe, almost to 100. But like that, I'm alive to explain myself. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't want to be dead and gone and have people just be like, what was she doing? Because then I can't explain myself. Anyway, in our children's rooms, there is a little baby nursery thing. And then we have a child's room. I don't really think the bedrooms are all that gendered, but I mean, one is like a little bit more purple and one is more like black and blue, but to each their own. I don't care I don't know what their kids are going to be specifically yet, so I'll figure it out. But this one is very science centric. I put some trophies up, lots of books, and in my head, this is like, they know this child will go Ivy League. It's Ivy League or go broke. They have no choice. They have to go to like Brightchester University. They have to be in the honors degree program. There's nothing they can do except be excellent at academics and sports, and they're in all the extracurriculars, whether it's dance or football or cheer or chess club or scouts. They have to do it. And then this, I imagine, was for a little bit of an older child, maybe a teen, and I assumed that they are a musical prodigy. Their room is really small, I know that, but like, I think this is super playable. I don't think a teenager or a child's room needs to be massive. And they have a cute little Jack and Jill bathroom that I did cut out. I almost always cut out my bathrooms because they're so generic. But I thought he would be just an absolute prodigy. He sings, he does guitar, and his parents are like, yeah, if you want a guitar, you also have to play the violin. Like, sorry, you have to go and be a musical genius. And he's like, I low-key want to go be in a rock band. And I think that maybe I will have them have a teenage son who's secretly in a rock band and, like, make him have, like, a little club of friends and just be, like, super rock and roll. And I'm going to definitely make sure they all have, like, multiple sets of outfits. When I make them at the end of the video, I'm going to go in live to show you the house in its entirety with all the pictures put in. And then I'm going to go through the relationships with you and their skills. It's interesting. I did just recently, I did like 4 base game only builds back to back to back to back. And I haven't really, you know, used some of the items I've ever used before. Like, I obviously use chess tables and the telescopes, one of my favorite base game activity items ever, because I love telescopes. I think I love stars. Anyway. But it's been really interesting to kind of go through and see the stuff I use a lot, aka like planter boxes and those specific flower bushes you see right now. I think they're in every single house that I will be putting up base game wise for the next month and a half. Anyway, guys, we are about done, so we're going to go ahead and jump into game live so I can go ahead and show you the house in its complete and finished form as well as the family. Okay, everyone, so I just finished making the family, going through their relationships to a point, because this is my first townie, or my first family that I'm moving in. So all of their relationships aren't quite finished because there's no one for them to necessarily have relationships with. But as I go ahead and fill the town, I will be brushing over, who's friends with who's romantically involved, yada yada. And you should hear a little bit more about their story, as well as soon as I complete Newcrest and any other worlds, I plan on doing a really long overview video of all of the houses, or at least all the townie families that I made. But this is the Crump family. Their bio says, "This is the most boring and perfect family in all of Newcrest. This lovely Stepford family is living out the good sim dream. A perfect family structure where the children always behave, partake in the proper extracurriculars, and follow in the footsteps of their parents. With rigid roles, this family thrives. ... That is, until the next generation threatens to push the bounds. Will this family make it out in one piece, or will their different paths tear them apart?" This is their house right here. It's on a 30 by 20 lot. This build is on the gallery under Subtle Blue Suburban. Starting with the head of our household, we have Mr. Daniel Crump, and he has the fabulously wealthy aspiration. He is clumsy, socially awkward, and a perfectionist. Let's go through his likes and dislikes. He likes the color blue, and he likes the color gray. He likes family-motivated Sims and hardworking Sims because he considers himself a hard worker and his wife very family-oriented as well as himself. In terms of conversation topics, he likes jokes, small talk, but he does not like silly behavior. And I was really going for typical dad jokes, prim, proper, kind of like a Stepford family, if you know what I'm saying. And then in terms of fashion, he hates hipster fashion, which is going to play into a little bit of the family dynamic we have going on. As for activities, he likes to bowl. I feel like that's just such a dad thing to do. And these are his outfits. This is his everyday outfit. And I actually gave him two. The father, mother, and the oldest son both have two everyday looks. So this very prim, proper sweater vest, sports coat. And I made sure that he was wearing his wedding ring in all of his outfits, except I didn't realize that in athletic wear, they actually don't have very many ring options. The only ones that are tagged as athletic wear are the werewolf game pack rings, which I just thought was weird. But anyway, back to everyday. So this is his first one, and then this is his second one. Very, very boring. Very wah, wah, wah. I was kind of inspired by the whole "Don't Worry, Darling" thing because I just watched the movie, and so that's kind of where I was inspired from. His formal outfit, very prim, very proper. Athletic, which you just saw. His sleepwear, the matching set. You gotta have the matching set. Then his party wear, another polo. This is dad on a mission. If he had his hands on his hips and was looking at some kind of construction project or noise going on outside of his home, this would explain every super dad I've ever seen in my life. Then we have his swimwear, can't get sunburned. Hot weather. I had to pick the most obnoxious Hawaiian shirt I could find. I was in between this one and this one. This is actually a base game shirt, which I love, but I had to go with the blue because he loves blue. And then his cold weather look, very sweater vest dad. I did not make their outfits or the Sims themselves base game, and I really just didn't want to. I'm going to be completely honest. I was having a lot of fun building the story around them, so unfortunately they are not base game Sims, but I made sure that all of their makeup and their base of themselves is completely base game. So if you do download my save file and you want to play with them, all you have to do is just redress them, but they still have all the tedious stuff done, in my opinion. Then we have Miss Rosie Crump, and Rosie actually is a freelance botanist, and her husband Daniel does not want her to work, but they really can't afford that kind of lifestyle quite yet. But anyway, Miss Rosie loves to garden. She is good, cheerful, and very neat. She's the perfect wife. She loves red and pink, if you couldn't tell. She likes pop music, and she does not like ambitious Sims, which she prefers. She thinks of herself like her husband as being very ambitious, so she doesn't like the opposite of that. She's very she likes family motivated Sims, and she likes hardworking Sims. In terms of conversation topics, she loves gossip, because what else does a mom on a mission need to do? And as far as activities, she likes gardening, and I also meant to have her like baking too. She has the baking skill, I believe. Is baking not on here? That's so weird. Okay. And that is her. These are her outfits. Very like 50s inspired. That's kind of what I was going for. So we have this right here, and she has her like cute ruby red wedding ring. She's perfect. Love her. Love the red and the freckles. I'm just obsessed with her. She's perfect. And then I gave her another little cute outfit for every day as well. Bam. Typical 50. I was definitely watching Don't Worry Darling while I was building the house, and I was like, yep, this is perfect. This is her formal wear. I'm not super happy with how it turned out, but it is what it is. I felt like it was fitting. Sleepwear, athletic wear, her party wear, the little clogs. Love, 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 love. I actually picked the shoes out before I picked out anything else. Her swimsuit. Then this little pink heart number in her little shoes. I actually love this. I think it's so darling. And then her cold weather outfit. She's a mom. She's a cool mom. And then this is their oldest son, Eric Crump. And I love Eric. I cherish him. I had so much fun coming up with his little storyline. So Eric is a musical genius, and he is a bro, and he's creative. Eric's favorite color is orange, and he likes alternative music and blues music. He loves rocker fashion, and his favorite activities include guitar, singing, and video games. So this is his prim and proper outfit. Very blue, just like his father would like. And this is more Eric style. I feel like Eric is such a bro. All he wants to do is sing songs and go camping and be a free spirit and play his guitar. But his parents would never accept that. They do not like that about Eric. They're like, dude, we want this version of you. We don't want this version of you. And look at the boy's hair. I just love his hair. And his little formal outfit. I really was kind of going for like a granola rocker boy, if that makes sense. This is just his athletic wear. Then we have pajamas. He has his party wear, swimwear, hot weather, and I would imagine that these shorts are a point of content every single freaking day. And then his cold weather. Next, we have Miss Annabelle Crump. And she is our middle child, and she is adorable. She has the mind and body, multi-skill, child aspiration, and she is a genius. This is her hot weather. Apparently, we're starting on the back with her. Her cold weather. Then we have her swimsuit, her party wear, sleepwear, athletic wear, formal wear, and her everyday wear. I did only give her one everyday outfit, as well as the infant, because I figure they're going to age up eventually anyways. Then we have my queen, Sophia Crump. This is her hot weather. Why does she have two hot weathers? Oh, that's not her hot weather. This is her hot weather. My little orange baby, little tangerine girl. Her party wear, her sleepwear, her formal wear, and then this is the outfit that inspired it all. This is the cutest onesie in the game, I swear. Love it. So I was kind of going with like a basic theme for their names. Like, I feel like everyone probably knows someone with the names I picked, if not a couple people. I know like 8 Sophias. I'm not gonna lie. My niece is named Sophia. Okay, and then this is their house, which we need to do a full tour of. Kind of back it up here. This is my subtle blue Suburban. It's available on the gallery. My gallery ID is Tiana305. And then we're going to just go on a little house tour. So when you first walk in, you have this cute little entryway. I made sure to totally customize the house because that was important to me. So we have some beautiful little wedding photos of my two lovers. And then you come in. Some more photos of the family. Then we have a kitchen with some baked goods sitting on the counter. This is actually a new item that came with the update that was just a few weeks ago. And I figured that was really fitting because Miss Rosie loves to bake. I'll go through their skills in a second after our tour. Then we have our living room, some more little family photos. Look at my little queen. Little Annabelle is so cute. And then we have a dining room, a little bit more wedding photos. I know I originally intended on having a grandparent suite, and I didn't end up doing that because I just didn't. I scrapped it. I did. We have a main floor powder room, and then we have a primary bedroom with their marriage certificate, their photos. It's very plain, but, you know, I tried my best. Some more pictures of the kiddos. Then we're going to go upstairs, and there's this little hallway landing, nothing special. And we have little Fifi's room. Look at little Fifi right there. Hi, Sophia. And she's got a cute little room. And then this is my genius queen, Annabelle. And I imagine Annabelle is literally going to take over the world. I feel like she's going to have like literally 10 degrees. She's going to be so gifted. She's already got her little science trophy. She's perfect. And then we have a Jack and Jill bathroom, which I love between siblings. So this is perfect. And then we have our main man, Eric's room. And Eric is just, he wants to be a superstar. He loves music and reading, and he's going to sing. I just love it. And then we have, I guess, I was in between making this the main master bedroom, but this is either a guest room, or you can flip-flop it and have this be the parents' room. Then we already have Miss Rosie's garden in full effect. She's got all the plants already planted, and then this little telescope for little Annabelle. And let's just go through their skills really quickly. So, Miss Rosie has level 1 charisma, level 3 gardening, level 4 bakery, level 1 photography, and level 6 parenting. Then we have our main man over here. He has level 2 charisma, level 1 parenting, and he is level 3. Yes, he's a assistant to the manager in the business career. And then those are his skills. Let's go to Eric. Eric is a high school student. He's level 1 charisma, level 5 guitar, level 1 logic, level 1 photography. And then my queen, Annabelle, has level 1 charisma and level 1 logic, as well as level 1 mental skill. And that pretty much does it for our family. And as I expand on the save file, it's going to get better and better with the stories and the lore behind them. And I just had a lot of fun doing this project. And if you want to follow along as I fill up Newcrest and the rest of the base game worlds, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. You know I love when you do that. And I will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.